When you lie awake on countless nights, staring at your reflection and feeling powerless as time carves its marks on your face, have you ever wondered if someone in this world can nearly halt the march of time? In Japan's comic industry, a realm teeming with geniuses yet brutally unforgiving, stands an evergreen legend who has become a modern urban myth. People share photos of him, unchanged for 4 decades, playfully calling him a vampire or an ageless wonder. Behind all this sensational hype, however, he spends countless quiet nights alone in his room, regulating his life with the precise dedication of a solitary clockmaker. Tonight, by the gentle glow of a crackling fireplace, let us delve into his true story. The man who dwells at the intersection of eternal youth and profound romance is Hirohiko Araki. This is a tale of a creator grappling silently with the relentless passage of time. The world knows the enduring spirit of courage from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as well as its unique blend of Eastern aesthetics and high-fashion design. Yet few realize that the man who wrote such odes to humanity and struggles against fate is, in reality, an ordinary man obsessed with order, living his life like a finely tuned mechanism. Unlike many artists who indulge in arrogance and erratic schedules, he embraces the austere discipline of a monk. Between the black and white lines of his pages, he has built an eternal sanctuary for his spirit. Now relax your body and steady your breath to the rhythm of the fire. Let us travel back to the moment when fate began to unfold, and a quiet miracle took shape. It was the late 1980s in Tokyo, a city caught in the final frenzy before its economic bubble burst. Giant posters everywhere celebrated material indulgence and fleeting pleasures. Inside an old office at Shueisha, thick with the smell of tobacco and printing ink, sat 27-year-old Hirohiko Araki at a worn drawing desk, his expression as calm as still water. That year, Phantom Blood began its quiet serialization on the margins of a weekly magazine, marking the start of his lifelong battle against fate. At the time, Japanese shonen manga was dominated by muscle-bound combat and straightforward action stories. Works featuring exotic styles, Western classical aesthetics and complex themes of destiny found almost no favor among readers. Deeper troubles soon followed. With poor initial ratings and constant bottom placements in reader surveys, the young artist faced the constant threat of having his series cancelled. Cold warnings from editors, biased remarks from peers, and meager earnings after paying his assistants poured down on the proud young man like cold rain. He survived on cold rice balls, pushing himself to draw dozens of detailed pages within 48 hours. Day after day, his knuckles ached from gripping his pen. This was fate's first severe test: yield to market trends, or perish in solitude. Late into the night, as trams rumbled past outside and a desk lamp cast dim light over the room, Araki looked at his gaunt yet refined reflection in the mirror and made a decision that baffled the entire industry. Instead of imitating popular styles to save his work, he stretched his character's proportions further, drew inspiration from the dramatic poses of classical sculptures, and introduced the vivid hues of high European fashion into the monochrome world of shonen manga. He knew well that if his brush no longer painted what he truly believed in, even rising in sales would turn him into nothing more than a soulless machine churning out generic pages. With the revolutionary introduction of stands and Stardust Crusaders, JoJo took the manga world by storm, thanks to its brilliant tactical battles and epic storytelling. Yet fame and vast commercial interest sparked a hidden conflict between the artist's creative vision and the highly industrialized publishing system. To major publishers, Hirohiko Araki was no longer just a distinctive manga artist, but a lucrative asset linked to animations, games, and massive sales. Corporate influence seeped into his studio. Editors brought data-driven suggestions, urging him to simplify intricate plots to attract younger audiences and revive popular characters to satisfy public expectations. This subtle yet destructive erosion threatened to dilute the purity of his art, a trap that had dimmed the talents of many gifted creators. Though gentle in appearance and always wearing his signature thin-rimmed glasses, Araki possessed an unyielding will and sharp resolve. He never resorted to arguments. Instead, his unfailing punctuality and strict work ethic became his strongest defense. He politely but firmly rejected demands to compromise his craft, choosing to venture further artistically by weaving profound themes of ancient Greek tragedy into his stories. In Diamond is Unbreakable, he broke the simple trope of good always defeating evil. Set in a peaceful yet unsettling small Japanese town, the story depicts ordinary people confronting malice amid mundane daily life. His assistants often watched his lonely, upright figure working late into the night, feeling the quiet resolve he carried. For decades, he never missed a deadline or took unnecessary leave. Like a precise clock, he stood firm against corporate interference, blazing a trail for artists to uphold their unique creative vision in the industry. Entering the new century, Araki's work evolved into a form of spiritual practice akin to that of a philosopher. Meanwhile, he found himself caught in the struggle between physical aging and an ageless spirit. Most of his contemporaries had suffered severe health issues from years of overwork. Some passed away, while others retired early. The shadow of time loomed large over every creator. Online jokes about his seemingly unchanging appearance spread widely, turning him into a curious urban legend, and his daily routine became a topic of idle gossip. Alone in his silent studio late at night, however, Araki bore the heavy pressure brought by this myth. No human body can defy the laws of biology. Years of close work gradually weakened his eyesight, and long hours at the desk took a toll on his neck and shoulders. His enduring grace and vitality stemmed not from supernatural power, but from an extremely strict, almost rigorous lifestyle he imposed on himself. He set aside regular time for peace and connection with nature. He rose before dawn every day, washed his face with cold water, and sat down at his desk to work in complete silence. He cut back on trivial social events and declined most unnecessary public appearances, living like a reclusive ascetic hidden in modern Tokyo. Through strict self-discipline, he fought against the natural course of aging. On his drawing pages, he wrote that the praise of humanity is the praise of courage, words that offer powerful comfort to everyone worn down by the restless world. The public's decades-long fascination with Araki has led to deep misunderstandings about his inner self. Fascinated by the bold fashion choices, striking colors and dramatic poses in his works, people assume he is an eccentric, flamboyant rebel in real life. Some critics even misinterpret the fates in his stories as signs of cold detachment. Those who truly know him, though, are touched by his gentle elegance and quiet dignity rooted in Eastern culture. He treats his assistants with sincere respect, guides young learners patiently through mistakes, and holds deep kindness and compassion amid a changing world. The calm reserve of his personality stands in stark contrast to the passion and intensity of his stories, forming a fascinating paradox. He portrays the tragic heroism of the Joestar family so vividly because he holds an unwavering reverence for sincerity and human dignity. He is no cold observer. Having experienced the despair of aging, loss and oblivion himself, he channels these feelings into his work and passes on an undying spirit of hope to others. As fast food culture and digital creation pursue instant popularity, Araki remains steadfast. He sticks to traditional pen and paper, working diligently and nobly. He does not merely endure solitude, but embraces it to build a warm haven that heals fragile hearts. As prosperity fades and time settles over the bustling city, looking back on Hirohiko Araki's life, we finally uncover the truth behind the legend of eternal youth and his battle against time. What has this iconic creator left behind? Is it the timeless fashion aesthetics he pioneered, or his ability to stay vibrant through the years? In truth, his greatest legacy is the courage to remain disciplined and passionate, even after fully understanding the cruelty of fate and aging. On this quiet night beside the fire, when we picture his upright figure who dedicated his entire life to drawing, we are freed from anxiety about growing old and find peace within ourselves. Through decades of perseverance and self-restraint, he has stood against loss and fading, teaching us to face life's hardships with grace and integrity. The enduring spirit of his stories lives on in every reader. As long as you keep your heart pure and stay disciplined in ordinary life, you will never be defeated by time. Night has fallen deep, and the city has slipped into quiet slumber. After hearing this story, let go of the tensions of the day and rest your tired body in bed. Release your worries about aging and regret, and let them turn into gentle dreams as you sleep. Close your eyes, and drift off peacefully amid the fading glow. Good night.